In this video, I'm going to show you how AI is now built into the Google Maps application to help you travel just a little bit smarter. Because we all have just a few common goals when we're out traveling. We want to experience the best landscapes, we want to see the most amazing places, and we want to try the best food. We used to dig into guidebooks, then we Googled everything, and now AI controls us. I mean, guides us. This does not replace talking to locals. That will always be the #1 way to discover hidden gems while you're traveling. But the way that AI is now integrated into Google Maps, it can really help you discover something that you might overlook. First, let me show you how to set it up on your phone, and be sure to stay tuned to the end because I'll tell you the 3 major issues that this integration still has. First, you'll need the latest version of Google Maps on your phone. iOS or Android, it doesn't matter. You will also need the latest version of the Gemini app downloaded on your phone, and you will need to be signed into the same Google account that matches up with each one. Once you have both apps downloaded, you just open the Google Maps application. Before going to the destination, you can't really utilize AI within Google Maps yet. So you have to start your first trip either on foot or by car. Up in the top corner, you will see the Gemini logo. That's when you know you are ready to use AI within Google Maps while you are navigating to your next destination. Think of this as something that you would use while you're out exploring a city. You get directions to a temple, a church, a plaza, a restaurant, and it's walking directions where you have anywhere from 10 to 20 or 30 minutes to navigate your way through a city. If you were using Google Maps the old way and you typed in, "find the best ramen along my route," then it would give you some of the highest rated ramen places with a little bit of who advertised the most and how many reviews are there, and try to populate the absolute best ramen place that is near you. Nothing wrong with that. Now with AI integrated into Google Maps, you can actually give it a little bit more context on something that would relate to you personally. So maybe I would say,
I'm a self-conscious old bald man. Not completely bald, still got a little bit of hair. I'm fairly introverted and I'm looking for a great ramen spot to have lunch today. I also really like spicy food because it makes me feel alive.
So because you are walking through Kamakura and looking for that perfect blend of privacy and heat, I have a few great spots for you. First up, you should definitely check out Ichikanjin. It is right on the path toward Hasadera Temple and is known for being very solo traveler friendly. They have a legendary habanero ramen that mixes tonkotsu and soy milk for a rich, seriously spicy kick. It is perfect if you want to be left alone with a bowl that really brings the heat. Just a heads up, they sometimes close early if they run out of soup, so it is a good idea to aim for a lunch visit. If you are looking for that classic, ultra-introverted experience with individual booths where you don't even have to see the staff, there isn't an Ichiran right in the heart of Kamakura, but these local spots offer a much more authentic Kamakura vibe while still respecting your space.
all right, let's pause right there. Before we move on, I just want to explain exactly what is going on under the hood. Gemini is not accessing the whole internet like ChatGPT might in some search query where you're trying to actually research travel destinations. Gemini is accessing all of the Google reviews and then overlaying that on maps and then giving you accurate and clear directions. Accurate for AI. Of course, there are still hallucinations. But my point is that it's only as good as the best Google reviews or the most accurate Google reviews that it's accessing. But the fact that you can give it context and then it can pull from that to give you a relevant spot is very interesting. So much so that it recommended Ichiran Ramen if I wanted a real private booth experience and there was not any in the town that I'm currently in. I've been to Ichiran, I know that it is a very private experience and I do actually enjoy that, and the AI was able to decipher that I would like that one and there's not one near me. I think that is a pretty cool piece of technology to use while you're out and about in the world. The context goes on, and I encourage you to get very creative. You can ask for a really lively bar that is open and large, that serves the best gin and tonics and has great wings. You can ask for a really cozy local sushi restaurant that has sushi prepared by a local chef that has been there for over 10 years. Because when we're traveling, we might not be looking for the absolute best bar. we might be looking for something that's very specific. And the fact that it can take thousands of reviews and then see where we are in the world and then direct me to a place within context of those reviews that are actually, hopefully, written by real people is a really neat tool to have in your pocket. This next feature is really neat. The traditional Google Maps application would treat every search as an individual search, and it was great at that. If you needed to find a quick bite to eat near you, or if you needed to find a gas station while you're driving, it could deliver that information. But Gemini works within Google Maps now like traditional AI that we've all come accustomed to. You can actually have a conversation and it's remembering some of the past things that you said within that search. Here's a great example. I might ask Google Maps if there's a karaoke bar near me.
There are a few great options for karaoke nearby. If you're looking for a classic box style where you have a private room, there's a karaoke can and a big echo close by, both of which are very foreigner friendly with plenty of English songs. If you'd prefer more of a bar atmosphere where people sing in front of the room, Near Me Karaoke Bar in Kabukicho is popular for its welcoming vibe and English-speaking staff. There's also Bar Champion in Golden Guy if you want something smaller and more intimate. Would you like me to add one of these as a stop on your walking route?
Then I would remember that I actually needed to have a private room. So I would say something like,
Oh, I also need to make sure it has a private room for about 20. Hopefully 6 will show up, but honestly, it'll probably just be me and my mom.
That's quite the range. In Kamakura, the big chains like Big Echo and Karaoke Con near Ofuna Station are your best bet for flexibility. They both have large party rooms that can easily fit 20 people, but since they are box-style places, they won't mind at all if it ends up being just you and your mom in a smaller room. There is also a Côte d'Azur nearby in Fujisawa that specifically lists rooms for up to 20 people and is very family-friendly if you want something that feels a bit more like a lounge. Since you're walking, would you like me to find the one that's closest to your current route?
the next question I could chain is, oh, let's make sure it's near a train station.
Can you make sure it's near a train station? Because then there's a better chance of people actually showing up.
Actually, most major karaoke spots in this area are right next to the train stations. Since you're walking now, would you like me to change your destination to the one at Kamakura Station?
Yes, can you pin that on the map?
I've updated your destination to Big Echo near Kamakura Station. You can easily switch to a smaller room if it's just you and your mom.
I'm still not seeing the pin.
I've added Big Echo near Kamakura Station as a stop on your route. You should now see the pin on your map.
The pin just never shows up.
I understand how frustrating that is. I've added Big Echo as a stop on your route, and you should see a second pin on your map now.
And that just keeps going. It never really pins the location. And that's actually a major problem. If it's not going to pin the location and then give me directions to it, it will require a whole bunch of other steps for me to actually navigate to this new place that I supposedly discovered.
Where's this most useful? Out in the world. Let's get out there and use the AI, show you how it performs out in the streets. I'm gonna head to the beach, and maybe I'll need a convenience store or a good place to eat. We'll ask AI, and we'll see if it actually comes up with any good results. I know this route pretty well, so we'll have a good idea if the AI is actually performing. Hey Google, actually a little bit hungry. Is there any place to grab a quick bite to eat on the way, like a convenience store?
Sure, I can help with that. Since you're walking, there are a few convenience stores nearby that won't take you too far off your path. Would you like me to find the one that's closest to your current route?
Yes, find one that's along the way, because I don't want to backtrack.
There are a few great options right along your walking path in Kamakura. If you're near Kamakura Station, there is a New Days right at the station and a 7-Eleven on Komachidori Street. If you've already passed the station and are heading toward the beach, there's a Lawson and a Family Mart further down Wakamiya Oji Street. Since you're walking, would you like me to add the closest one as a stop on your route? As you head south on Wakamiya Oji Street toward the beach, here are a few landmarks to look out for. On your left, you'll pass the Kamakura Police Station and eventually the entrance to Myohonji Temple. A major sign that you're close is the Ichinotori, which is the first big stone gate on the road. The Lawson 3F is just a short distance past that stone gate on your right. Would you like me to stay on the line and give you a heads up when you're right outside the store?
Yes, please give me a heads up as I'm approaching.
You got it. I'll stay on the line and let you know when you're about a minute away so you don't miss it. Just keep following the path past the stone gate. I'll speak up again soon.
Two things that I want to highlight that I think are really neat parts of using this application. One is the landmarks. It is navigating me off landmarks. It's talking about the huge stone torii gate that we're about to approach. And doing that with kids is also really fun because you can talk about the red brick building on the corner, and it's an easier way to navigate rather than always staring down at your phone. If you couple this with earbuds or the Ray-Ban Metas where the sound is being piped right into your ear, it really takes you out of looking down on your phone and brings you more up into this immersive environment, which is really where we're all trying to be while we travel. All right, you can see just behind me is that large torii gate that Gemini had referenced earlier. So now I know I'm on the right track. Let's throw a curveball in there because we all know how hard it is to find a bathroom when we're out. Is there a bathroom close by? I'm going to need one before we get to the convenience store.
I found a few options nearby. There is a public restroom at a park about a 3-minute walk away, and a coffee shop just around the corner that usually has facilities for customers. Would you like me to add one of those as a stop on your way to the convenience store? I've added a stop at Kamakura Onari Park, which is about a 3-minute walk away. Options to the park for you now?
I asked if it was clean. I'm going to take the kids in there. Do you have any information about that?
While specific recent reviews for Kamakura Onari Park aren't popping up, public restrooms in Kamakura are generally known for being well kept. If you're looking for a guaranteed high standard for the kids, there is a paid public toilet near the Tsurugaoka Hachimangu Shrine intersection that is specifically noted for being very clean and having multi-purpose facilities for families. Since you're heading to the park, it's worth a quick look, but keep that paid option in mind as a reliable backup. Would you like me to give you the walking directions to the park now?
Here's where that problem lies, what I was talking about earlier with Google reviews. Now, that park restroom specifically doesn't have any information, or reviews, I should say, so Gemini can't access that. It did pull from overall data saying that restrooms here are usually very clean, and we have had no issues with any restrooms here. So I was just trying to play devil's advocate, but overall it did give me a few bathroom options, including one that is public and I'm able to use by a park. So if I was truly with the kids, it'd be very helpful. Let's see if it gives me any notification when I start to arrive at the convenience store. As you can see, the Lawson's is right behind me and it is not alerting me that I'm here. I did ask it to, and that was before another prompt. So I'll ask it again and see what happens. Can you tell if I'm close to the Lawson's or not?
It looks like there's a Lawson about 3 minutes away on foot. You'll just need to keep heading straight for a bit longer. Would you like me to add it as a stop on your route?
This is where I think you're confused. I think the Lawson's is actually right behind me.
Oh, I see. It's possible there's one right behind you that I missed. Since you're walking, you can easily turn around and check. Would you like me to stop the navigation so you can head there instead?
As you can see, Lawson's is behind me. AI got tripped up a little bit, and my goal was not to break it. The fact that it can even figure out where I am and give me ideas on convenience stores around me is amazing. But I want to just point out some of the failures, because if you're going to use it out in the real world with friends, I don't want it to fail you, because then you would be a zero instead of a hero. It looks like I'm approaching a coffee shop. Can you tell me what it's like inside?
Yes, Woodbury Coffee Roasters is right nearby in the Uegahama area. It's a bit different from the first place I mentioned. It's much more spacious and has a laid-back, surf-inspired atmosphere. Inside, you'll find a stylish, airy layout with plenty of seating, including sofa spots and an open terrace. They're well known for their specialty pour-overs and also serve a full brunch menu with things like acai bowls and eggs Benedict. It's a great spot if you're looking to sit down and relax for a while. Since they have quite a few bean options, would you like me to see what their current coffee highlights or seasonal blends are?
This is a good thing. This is a good thing. I didn't even have to go inside the restaurant. Now I know they have acai bowls. I know they have specialty coffee. I don't know. You tell me in the comments below. Some days I'm like, it's great. I have information at my fingertips. I can walk by this coffee shop, see what's inside, see what it's about, and maybe I want to go in, maybe I don't. On other days, I'm like, this is not the way to travel. I'm not immersing myself in any type of experience. I do want to walk by a wine bar or a new convenience store and just stumble in and explore what it is about. I do want to continue to keep my head up, my eyes looking around, and try to be open to new conversations with locals. I feel like that is ultimately the best way to travel and discover new places. Konnichiwa. And that right there might have been a great example of just saying hi and greeting a local. You never know where it's going to lead.
There are 3 things that still need to get better with this integration. Number one, if it can't pin the new location and continue to add pins and redirect you, then it really defeats the whole purpose of this application. And maybe it was user error, but that needs to be improved. Number two, it tends to be a bit of information overload. It's giving you 3 suggestions sometimes when you want to try to find a spot to eat. And while that sounds great in theory, it can be a lot to take in when it's just through voice. When you're researching and you have the computer in front of you, you can quickly glance at things, it's a lot easier to make decisions. And number 3 is it's never going to really replace actually talking to people. It's only relying off those Google reviews, which will be at fault sometimes, and AI also hallucinates.
My suggestion is to play with it, test it, and break it. We are living in a time where technology is changing at such a rapid pace. Any hands-on experience with this stuff is bound to improve your travel experience at some point. The tools will only get better, but if you don't know how to use them, then they're not going to help you at all. If you're interested in more travel content, check out this video where I talk about 7 cheap places that we travel to as a family, or this video where I talk about 11 useful things that we travel with all of the time. I'll leave them up on the screen for a few seconds for you to make a decision. If you hit the like and subscribe button on this video, it would also mean so much. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time.